before we start, has anyone been feeling like super tired lately? Like all week, my sleep schedule's just been off. I'm constantly tired. I want to sleep all of the time, so that's why I've got this today. So if you need a drink, go grab one, and let's start with our story.
This is one of the scariest stories I've ever read. It was posted 10 years ago on Reddit by an account called A Writer Named Williams. It was on the subreddit called Let's Not Meet. The story is called Poker Face. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this very scary story. This happened in Antioch, California. It was around 2 a.m. I was at a friend's house, safe in warm, sheltered suburbia. We were having a lot to drink, chit-chatting, enjoying ourselves, of course. When you're having fun, time hits the fast-forward button, and those few minutes turn into an hour. I had too much to drink. My friend has a bit of an abrupt bedtime, so I had to dodge out early, still intoxicated. I felt too shameful thinking I'd be asking too much to stay in his house to sleep off the drunk.
Girl, you're going somewhere in the middle of the night? Like, surely if you're drinking, like, your friend would kind of, like, assume that you'll be staying over, right? Like, am I wrong?
I suppose he was either too rude or too drunk to consider it himself. Whatever. Sometimes a little inconvenience makes you appreciate everything else. I needed about another hour or so to sober up and drive back.
You drove?
As fast as time passed during my stay, it decided to drastically slow down as soon as I stepped out of his house. It was a cul-de-sac area, a concrete jungle with the stem of the street breaking into a fork. Alongside the road, my car was parked. The only street light that worked was in the middle of the cul-de-sac circle, about 80 yards away. I stumbled towards my car, produced my keys, and felt the metal line up. Opened my door and shifted to the back seat. Because this was a dark, strange, and unfamiliar neighborhood, I took the leftover newspapers and a sweater in my back seat to cover myself up. I was a little scared. I wanted to camouflage myself and not just be some guy awkwardly sitting in his car, waiting for time to pass in order to...
Oh, so you decided to sit in your car to sober up, mate. I don't think you should be driving in the first place. Like, what? But anyway, why? What's so weird that you didn't stay in your friend's house?
Drive home.
Okay.
I couldn't fall asleep. The uncomfortable feeling of a cheap backseat bed enshrouded in darkness didn't make the chance of slumber easier. It felt too ominous, and of course my mind began to wonder. I thought of worst-case scenarios, like how the police would shine their lights on me through the window, or a drunk driver hitting my car, and... Wait. In the distance, about 100 yards away, I hear footsteps approaching.
Stop!
The gravel scuffed with each step forward, growing in proximity, but periodically taking stops. I wondered why until it made sense in my mind. Whoever it was probably looking through cars carefully, with the intent to steal one. I couldn't recall how many cars were on the block, but I counted 3 full stops until he was at my window, breathing. I froze.
Press on my beep!
There was no more than 1 foot between us. The car encapsulated me as I lay hidden beneath.
Did my light just flicker? Stop! I swear to God that wasn't me. It's literally connected to a different plug, like that was not me.
Backseat clutter, forming myself into an object, trying my hardest to be unnoticeable, unmoving, and simply not there. I see you, said a 40-plus-year-old man in a perverse baby talk. I imagine when you were playing hide and seek and one of your friends tricks you into coming out, he said it in that tone of voice, as if baiting me, like he was questioning whether the clutter in the back seat was just clutter or a person. I didn't want to move or check the window. I remained clutter. Give me an Academy Award. My body reacted by minimizing my breathing so much that I felt paralyzed. I dare not to look. My eyes fixated on the back of the passenger seat. I didn't blink, I didn't move, I didn't breathe. My heart was pounding so hard it shook my body with each throb. He circled around the car. My ears didn't fail me. I heard the steps. I felt like I was part of the car. I could feel him touching the trunk as he carefully pressed down on it, as if to test the alarm, as if to test me. I was in the middle of fight or flight. I couldn't do either without elevating danger. I was frozen and hoping to God he was bluffing. He circled the car again. The door handle to my right jiggled. He was pulling it multiple times. I see you.
Right, like at that point, I think from the start, I would I don't know, obviously because you freeze, when you're really scared, your body legit freezes. But I think I would try to make as much noise as possible and act confident and be yo, I'm in a car, and get a stick or something, get the hell away from the car, try to create noise. And if he still would have stayed, I think I would just try and beep the car or something. I don't know. I think staying quiet, you kind of give them the power. I don't know, they know they got one, they scaring you. I don't like that.
Same tone, but more agitated and stressed, more convinced that he was trying to make that clutter move, revealing itself to be one of his expectations that it was me. My muscles tensed like a cow before slaughter. That had to be metal against glass.
I'm hell, you're not touching my car.
Take a penny right now and tap your window. A crowbar, a knife, a rock, a gun. My eyes fixated on the seat in front of me, never averting my gaze.
Get in the front seat, turn the car. You got the keys. Turn the car. What is he gonna do if everything's locked? You can't do crap. You'll be able to get away in time. But because you stay still now, you can't move. Okay? Mind game.
Like he was. I was covered enough to where I couldn't see beyond the seat in front of me. I know I couldn't see him, but I can feel his eyes resting on top of me.
My name is Poker Face. What's your name?
What the hell?
The voice changed in a lower, demented and serious tone. My mind forced a visual. It wasn't anything human. I already accepted my death. I was ready to be shot in the head, ready to take a life-changing bullet.
Bro, fight! Bro, do something. If you're already dying, you accepted your fate. Fight, do something to him up. Something. Come on, that's your last chance.
Multiple knife wounds. Just make the sleep bearable, not excruciating, as you trained me.
Stop blinking. What the hell? What the hell? Stop blinking. I think I need to fix my light. I'm worried about my socket now.
Life. I wouldn't know how to react. My thoughts grew dimmer. I imagined my friend waking up the next morning after a calm night of safe and sound sleep, only to discover my mutilated, defiled, and bloody body hanging outside of my car door. It was then I heard nothing but my own heart. What was this person doing now? Just staring at me in the middle of the night,
with you at this
talking
point.
to me, or a messy pile in the back seat? Time froze. The footsteps were being swallowed in the distance. Thank God he left. I waited another hour until the sun showed hints of itself. I jumped in my front seat and bolted out of there, wide-eyed and sober.
That'll sober you up for sure.
And that's the end of the story.
Hell, well, that will sober you up. Why? How is this the end? Who was it? What was it? We want to know. So many questions and no answers. Was you scared? That light flickering though, what was that? I need to check my socket for sure. How weird, and what a good timing, eh? Anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below and tell me, do you like the scary stories? You like relationship stories? What story time do you prefer? And I better see you in the next one. Bye bye. Mwah.